Welcome all. We're back for another episode of Fred California Pulse, and I'm Fred McMurray, and your host today, and we're talking again to Mayor Kassi Dee. As far as I know, the youngest mayor in Grover Beach history. Mayor D, how are we doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine, although I gotta say, it looks, I'm old. I've seen a lot of movies, but I'll swear it looks like you're sitting in a spacecraft that I've
I
seen in
mean,
a movie.
it's pretty close. It is pretty close. I am actually at the Grover Beach co-working space. It's called the Launch Pad, and it's put on by this. I know, I'm in a spaceship right now. So yes, exactly. It's over here on Front Street, and it's a great resource for everybody in our community, whether you're in Grover Beach or anywhere. This place was opened actually during COVID. It was like the perfect time for it to open up because there were a lot of people working from home and they needed a place to come out. And that was not the intent of this whole building, but it's put on by the chamber and it's a great co-working space. I'm currently in one of their private cubicles and they rent out, they have offices, they have a little phone booth if you have a quick 15-minute Zoom call that you need to do or phone call that you need to do. And then there's these little private cubicles and they're really amazing. There's air conditioning, beautiful light. I mean, it's a really good background setting. So I have dogs at home and I do my Zoom calls here when I'm being recorded.
We'll have to see about getting them on the show one of these
I
days.
would love that. Yes, my Rebel and Thorin, they are amazing, companions, but they bark a lot. So
There have been a couple of podcast episodes that I've produced where the most interesting thing on that episode was being dog bombed or cat bombed or
yep.
bombed.
Yeah, so I
And
thought I'd save you that headache of barking dogs.
I think I've even been iguana bombed once. But okay, enough.
Oh.
That just tells you how many stupid things I've done. So, last episode we were talking about a potential crap storm, and my partner Michelle wouldn't let me use crap storm in the title. I
Mhm.
was really kind of bummed because, well, it would be fun, but we had phenomenal response on it. I was just kind of blown away about how many people in Grover Beach actually watched and commented. So going back to that topic, you had the town council meeting.
Mhm.
What's the update on it?
So as of right now, our residents, the ratepayers should have gotten their notice, which is a Prop 218 notice. And it just states the council is going to hold a public hearing to increase the proposed rates. And it gives folks an opportunity to come talk at the council meeting during the public hearing or to send in petitions. Or if they're in support of it, it's another opportunity to write in letters of support as well. So our public hearing is going to be on June 9th. 6 p.m. is when the council meeting starts, but we do have a budget hearing as well on that day. So it's going to be a big meeting, a really important meeting filled with a lot of great information. But our proposed rate, we are proposing a $2.28 increase on a monthly increase on your wastewater bill. So this is the sewer rates or wastewater bill. Those two words can be interchangeable, but so far we've just been doing a lot of informational sessions. We just had one last week, I believe it was, and we will be having another one on May 28th. I believe this one is at the Ramona Garden Center and it'll start at 5:30 p.m. So if you have any questions or want to have any more information on why we're doing a Prop 218 for the proposed rates, if you have any questions, we would love to answer them because we know there's a lot of information out there. We want to make sure that you're getting the correct information. Again, our pipes are 6 and that needs to we have a lot of maintenance. So our council is going to be discussing that at the June 9th public hearing, but we want you to be here and ask questions too.
All right, so I was going to say June 9th at 6 p.m. at City Hall.
Yes, that's the public hearing. That's the council meeting.
Okay, we'll make sure that gets into the liner notes.
Yes.
Um,
And really quick, Fred, I wanted to correct myself on the last time that I was here. I had mentioned an example of a pipe going from like 8-inch pipe to 10-inch pipe. And I just wanted to clarify and say that all of our pipes are different sizes. So there's a variety of different sizes. It's not all of our pipes are not 8 inches. They're a variety of sizes. So I just wanted to clear that up and
what?
just make
You're
a
not
point.
a piping expert?
I'm not. I'm just a mayor.
Okay, yeah. If you were a plumber and a mayor, then no, I'd rather have you as a mayor now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You don't want me to work on the pipes, so.
All right. So, as kind of an ancillary topic, uh, since we last talked and that uh, all that we started talking about the avoiding the crap storm, there was, and it really wasn't a wastewater issue, but the area was affected by a drinking water issue. So, can you tell our listeners what happened there?
Yeah, so basically, and I first of all, I just want to start by saying thank you to all of the city staff that was working on this, not only my city, but also Arroyo Grande, Pismo Beach, Oceano. All of the cities were really working together because basically what happened is our city is serviced by a couple of different ways that we get water. So we have groundwater, and then we receive water from Lopez Lake. We get an allotment from Lopez Lake. The water goes from the Lopez Lake to a waste or to a water facility treatment, water facility treatment, and they do regular tests. So on that Monday, it was the 28th, they were doing their regular tests and they received a positive result for contamination. So they did another test. When you have two consecutive tests that come out positive, you have to notify the jurisdictions that you're servicing. So on that Wednesday, we received that notification and we immediately shut off our water to Lopez Lake, and we were only on groundwater. So as soon as we shut off from that Lopez Lake water, we were running off of the groundwater. And what we started doing was testing our own water to see if we have any contamination. And because we consecutively we had two negative tests in a row, we were able to lift the boil water notice. But again, it's a county led, the Lopez Lake, it's called Zone 3 and it services the different cities in this area. So the county really controls that and it's state mandated. So as far as what happened, we don't have any answers yet. The county is conducting an investigation and we just have to wait patiently while they're figuring that all out.
Hmm.
I know.
Wait patiently.
In a government setting, I know you can't even imagine, right?
I'm just trying to think of how many decades that'll be. I will tell you, it was weird because I went into Vons and I just went to check the water aisle and it was empty. I'm like, whoa, this is like COVID.
I know. Yeah. It is kind of a scary topic when we first got that notice, all of our staff were back-to-back meetings with the county asking, what can we do? What do we do to move forward? How do we make sure that our community is safe and the water is safe for consumption? Because that was the other thing too, right? It's all about consumption. So you
Mhm.
could still wash your hands and you could still take a shower with the water, but you just wanted to not get any in your mouth and you didn't want to consume the water. So as long as you did that, it was safe for the few days. And of course, like I said, we immediately cut off from the Lopez Lake water and we were running on our safe groundwater. And that's why we started testing and we do regularly test anyways. So we were just continuing our tests and the state let us, because we had those two negative tests, we were able to lift that mandate. But yeah, that's exactly what happened with me too. We have Culligan water. Thank you. Shout out to Culligan. Um, so we were okay. We weren't in that drastic gotta move type of way, but if it had been any longer, I know that our staff and the county specifically would have, uh, I believe, would have looked out for us and given us some options on what we can do moving forward and stuff like that. But again, all you had to do was boil water too. I bet worst comes to worst, you could just boil your water as well. But yeah, it was an intense few days.
It was. I mean, I walked into Vons and the whole deli was shut down, and
Yeah, coffee
the,
shops coffee shops had to they had to boil their water, I mean, it was wild. Starbucks was closed. People were calling me telling me that their coffee shops were closed. or they, their drink wasn't ready or wasn't available. And it was like, we have to be safe and we have to make sure that we're covering. And of course it was out of an abundance of caution ultimately. And yeah, I really also wanted to give a shout out to our city staff, just our admin staff, public works, all these different people were there answering questions because a lot of people were calling in saying,
Oh, I
well,
got it.
can I water my plants? Can I give it to my dog? Can I give it to my cat? So there we had everybody all hands on deck answering those questions, which was really phenomenal. So
When I was in that aisle, a couple of guys rolled up with a pallet of water, and you could see people starting to gather around, and I got out of there because I thought they were going to get jumped.
I know, I know. Yeah. But
That way, go ahead.
yeah,
No, bring
no,
it.
I was just gonna say good news is that the water is safe and Lopez also tested negative for any contamination as well. So like I said, moving forward, we just have to see what happened because at this point of time, we're not quite sure what happened, why there were the positive test results. So we just gotta wait for that to happen, but our water is safe. Right now it's safe.
Excellent.
So
And pipes haven't exploded, so we don't have a crap storm yet.
I know, yeah. And also, I also wanted to say the community by community communication was also phenomenal. That is like probably the number one way that we can get information out. We have reverse 911, we have social media, but that even only goes so far. So the people who are knocking on neighbors' doors, because I'm just one person, I can't go around to the, you know,
Can't.
almost 13,000 people that we have here in just Grover Beach. So it was great to have that community by community outreach and everybody looking out for each other ultimately.
You didn't go out and knock on everyone's doors or, stick a flyer saying don't drink. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll cut you slack. All
Yeah.
right, so let's move on to our next topic and building news. We've got a lot of construction going on. What's the status of the building news and ultimately how it will change the traffic flow?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of buildings that are under construction, that are in application, that are in process of being approved, that are coming online, and all those kinds of things. So, very exciting news that Palladium, which is the building that is on, it is 402 West Grand Avenue. So it's on the south side of Grover Beach, Fourth and Grand,
So it's across the street from the sushi place or next to the sushi place?
next to the sushi place.
Okay.
So that place is close to occupancy.
Really?
I'm not quite sure how long. It's probably around a month and then it'll start to be occupied by residents, which is very exciting.
It is.
Yes, people are going to start moving in. So that's very exciting news. And then the business space underneath it, I believe they're still in negotiations with some business owners to see what's going to happen down there. And again, it's, a city's role in all of this development is just basically the permitting. Planning Commission will approve projects, but it's the permitting process. So anything that happens in those buildings with businesses and et cetera, we really have no influence over. But other than just making sure that everybody is crossing their T's and dotting their I's.
Understand and not doing anything stupid or
Mhm.
illegal. I got it.
Yes, exactly. So lots of projects that are coming online. I know that we have this great website on groverbeach.org. You can find it on that website. It goes to another interactive map where you can see projects that are under construction, projects that are in progress, that are just on deck, and then projects that have just submitted an application. So it's really cool to actually click on all these different projects and see what's happening.
Okay. And that was groverbeach.org. You can get
Yes.
to it by? Okay.
Groverbeach.org and Grover.org. I just found out this last time. If you type in groverbeach.org, it sends you to Grover.org.
Okay. That's a good thing to do is get as many domains as you can.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Hey, I've been known to nest 3, 4, 5 domains pointing at things. Anyways, it's all
Exactly.
the backlinks. Oh, good. Smart person. And it
Yep.
wasn't even me. Okay. All right. So as we've got the building, there's the traffic and there are some normal throughways that you still can't go straight through.
Correct. Yes.
Um,
And yes.
and my favorite's 13th Street because that gets me almost all the way up and out so I can hit 101. Yeah, 101. Sorry.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, wasn't sure what state I was in, and there are all kinds of numbers.
I know you just got back from a trip. How wonderful.
I'm heading out again soon. So,
That's right.
grandson's sixth birthday. Woohoo. Love you, Max. Ooh, I said it. I'll have to make sure my daughter watches it. So,
Okay.
tell us about the.
And wait, hold on. From the mayor of Grover Beach, happy birthday, Max.
Ooh, I really got to tell my daughter that one. Oh, win brownie points there. She's actually she's supposed to be on an episode of K-Fred Prime Live when we're talking
Oh,
about AI and education, but that's a different topic.
so
So,
fun. I love it.
um, let's talk about traffic.
Mhm.
What's happening with our traffic patterns? When will we be able to drive from 101 to the beach at 150 miles an hour or not?
I don't know. I don't think that's the intent of the projects that we're doing. And I would not recommend that. So
Fun, at least drag races down Grand Avenue from 101 to so all right, so we won't do that, but so tell us about the traffic patterns.
yeah, so right now we do have a streetscape project that is in progress and is just at the finish line. We are almost there, everybody. I know that it has been like going to driving school over and over and over again, going through the cones on West Grand Avenue in between 4th and 8th, but we really are nearing the end mark. In fact, I just got an update from our city manager on the streetscape project. So what was holding us up ultimately lots of things, right? But one of the things just recently was the decorative crosswalks, which really are beautiful and tie in with the rest of we call it the West End. So it's the rest of the Grand Avenue all the way up to Highway 1. So just we're almost there. Probably another end of May is when we are anticipating that it will be open for through traffic on both sides correctly instead of just the one lane on one side. So we're hoping that by the end of May we'll be able to free flow traffic. We still have some striping to do, or the company. I say we like I'm going to be out there painting it. I wish I could. I really wish I could, but it's
We need a pic of you kind of directing them.
exactly. So the striping is going to be the very last thing. You just saw paving happening just recently on the south side of, I say south because it's that side, on the south side of that West Grand Avenue corridor. So striping is next, and then it'll be open. We are going to have a ribbon cutting here really soon, and then the city is planning on having a celebratory celebration.
A party. Come to Grover Beach for the party.
Exactly. So we will be able to free flow through very, very soon. So I know it's been a year of challenges just because of all the things that have been happening with West Grand Avenue, but and the businesses that have been affected, we recognize that, and we want to make sure that people are coming back and coming and patronizing your businesses and being a part of it. So I'm very excited for it to be done. I think everybody's excited for it to be done, and we're going to have a great big party celebrating this accomplishment. And I can't wait. I was just talking to our city manager today too about having the before and after pictures. And I think when you see that and see the investment that the city is putting and the community is putting into the streets and how it looks, and I think the quality of life is just going to go way up from there. So I'm just very grateful for that.
Excellent. So, any idea when the party is?
I think it'll be after summer because we don't want to close it down, as we want people to be able to enjoy it over the summer. It's not a very good, I wouldn't recommend closing down a street, during that time after we've had it closed down for such a long time. So after summer, we're going to have a really big celebration, but before summer, we'll do the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, but I was all excited about the big party there. Now I gotta wait till after summer.
And
Okay.
it'll be great, and it'll be the locals, and they can see the investment that they put into the community. So
But it's the party that, that's what I care about. Okay. Well,
very
enough
excited.
partying. All right. So, um, any news as a business person who, our office is on Grand Avenue, love working here. Other than maybe the people who are deaf who pull into the auto parts place next door and have to shatter windows 4 blocks away, but we won't go into that. Any news on the business front or news for businesses, business,
Um,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah, I mean, just that the West Grand Avenue project is wrapping up here. I know that that was really big. We do have some new businesses and other things happening, like for example, Red Chair Barbershop. They just received a beautification award at our last council meeting for beautifying that area. You know, that on the corner of 6th and Grand, Red Chair Barbershop, it was a an automotive mechanic shop, and now it's this beautiful barber shop. They've put so much investment into that property, and it's just gorgeous, and it really ties into what is happening on that west end right over there. So in addition to that, we have new businesses like Pier 101. That's on 8th and Grand, and every time I ride my bike by a lot, and actually my husband and I, we eat there frequently because we love it so much. I mean, the line is just usually out the door, so please go visit them. I mean, there's a whole bunch of new businesses coming online, and we're very excited for them.
Okay. I'll,
Yeah,
I'll go talk to all of them. Just let me know where they are. We'll go talk to them. All right.
absolutely.
So we've talked about sewage. We've
Hmm.
talked about building. We've talked about non-drinkable drinking water. We've talked about traffic. We've talked about all these boring, painful things. What's happening that's fun in Grover Beach?
We're having all the fun this summer in Grover Beach. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful summer, and I just wanted to highlight our infamous summer concert series, and I want to talk a little bit more about it because we are moving the location for right now. Since I don't know if you heard, we
Oh, this is news to Fred.
yes, okay, Fred. So here we go. So the venue that we usually have our summer concert series, Ramona Garden Park, is going to be undergoing a beautiful transformation, which will be starting this summer. It's in phases. So phase one is putting in a playground. And then phase two is putting in the amphitheater so that we can come back and enjoy all these summer concerts that everybody goes to. And this is really a beautiful thing that the city provides to its community. I've been coming to summer concert series since it started, I think, and it's grown from just a few people to over, I mean, I think at some of our concerts, we have 2,000 people there. So really, really phenomenal. And this year, unfortunately, it'll be a limited series. However, it's still going to be as much fun. It's going to be incredible. And I wanted to give you the dates, and I'm going to read them because I don't have them memorized. I wish I did, but I just know that it's on the Sundays. But on July 13th, we're going to have Careless Whisper. July 20th, we're going to have Dark Desert Highway. July 27th, Aaron and the Earthquakes. August 3rd is Steppin' Out. August 10th is Josh Rosenblum Band. And August 17th is the Stevie Nicks Illusion, and that is going to be at 16th Street Park. We have moved from Ramona because of the construction to 16th Street Park, and we're just so grateful for our summer concert series sponsor, Mechanics Bank. They also do so much for our community, and just grateful for them to sponsor something for our city.
So the Stevie Nicks one sounds really interesting.
Mhm.
However, I gotta say the one with an earthquake in the name in California, yeah, that just is kind of worrisome there.
I see
Honestly,
what
I worry more about tornadoes in California than I do in earthquakes.
I know. Do you remember the Grover Beach tornado last year? I mean, we
I,
survived it.
yeah, I was in the office.
Yeah. Oh,
It's shaking the office. And I went into the solarium we've got, and I'm looking at the rain and it's coming vertical. I'm like, if I didn't know better, I'd say this is a tornado, but no, there's no tornadoes in California. They always tell me that. That's a Midwest thing. And next day, Michelle goes, you know, you just got missed by a tornado, dude.
it's funny because my dad lives in Kansas. So I texted him the article that said that it was a tornado, I mean, considered a tornado. And I sent it to him and I said, did you send one of your tornadoes over here?
I spent time working in at a plant in Kansas, and they were always going to take me with them to go tornado chasing.
It's amazing.
So,
Oh,
all
so
right.
good. So yeah, really, really excited about the summer concert series. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, and we always have such a good time. Aaron and the Earthquakes, they are absolutely incredible human beings, and so
Right?
excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So don't want to take much more of your time. Any last words for our listeners? More specifically, I know we got listeners all over the place, but more specifically, those who live in Grover Beach, who you rule, or at least mayoral,
Mayorally.
something like that,
Yes.
whatever that is.
No, just other than I'm out here in the community. I'm here to listen to any questions or comments you might have. We have a lot of stuff happening on a city level and on a community level. So if you have any questions ever, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is K as in kilo, D as in Delta, E as in Echo, E as in Echo. So KD at groverbeach.org, or you can, of course, call me 805-556-2440. Text me if you want. I'm a millennial, so I can text, but I can also call you if you want to discuss anything. So again, just I'm here to listen. If there's any concerns, questions, why is that street lamp out? I'm here to answer the questions. So I'm just always here.
As a Chicago native, I'm trying to remember any time in my life that I ever heard the mayor of Chicago give out any way to contact him. Kudos to you for being accessible by the community.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and of course, I can't even imagine the mayor of Chicago giving out his or their phone number just to how many people are in Chicago? There's a lot, right?
I can't even imagine the mayor talking to anybody on the phone in Chicago without a never mind, I won't say that.
There's only 13,000 people here. It's okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
can
I
talk to everyone.
go back to Chicago. I just don't want to get mugged.
Yeah. But also I do have office hours the third Saturday of the month, from 9 to 11 a.m. I've been at Grover Station Grill and I'll be there a couple more times, and then I'll be moving over to somewhere else in the city. I like to go to different places in the city again to be accessible to everybody.
You're going to get a bad rep as an accessible mayor. You're going to give politicians I was
I,
going to say a bad name, but yeah, that's
I
never mind.
everybody has different ways to lead. Everybody has different ways to communicate, and this is the way that I like to do it. Some people are really good at reading every single little bits, and like for example the piping. Probably couldn't tell you about the piping, but I can ask somebody about the piping and then I can relay that information to you for the sewers.
Okay.
But
Like you say, you're I will, because you're elected, you are technically a politician. And I will not use that in the normal vernacular I will use around that word. But uh, by being accessible, open, and working for the people, you seem to be giving a whole lot of them a bad name, which they really do deserve. But that's beside the
I just hope that I can be an example for the next mayor to come up. So
I'm hoping you can be an example for a whole lot of other mayors, but that's beside the. All right. We'll
exactly.
we'll be back next month with another episode with Mayor Dee. Want to thank her for taking time from her busy schedule to show up on KFred California Pulse. And folks, go out and do a good turn. It really freaks people out. Be back again later. Bye.